sweet messages, and I love it. I
And
really
hello,
do.
by the way, to our friends on the Promo Wrestling Federation YouTube page and the Pride Wrestling Federation YouTube page who have joined us. Nice to
But
see
I feel like you're looking at this. It's a fuck around to find out like moment, right? Where I'm gonna fuck around, I'm gonna find out because I'm the young buck. You're the old head that's been in the industry for so long. But I don't look at it as that. I look at it as you're stepping in the ring with this young buck that's hungry, that is willing to make a name out of anybody, including you. And that's what I'm looking forward to doing at Summer Bash, is making a name for myself out of the hands of Chris Craven. Because when you lose and I beat you, no one's going to really remember that Chris Craven said that he was going to beat Anthony Steele's ass. They're going to remember that Chris Craven tapped out to Anthony Steele at the end of that match that led to his downfall. And then you can get your ass whooped by Craven Rage. I mean, that's...
Well, I did say, it's now Sinister, actually. He's going by the name Sinister now.
Oh.
Yes, it's really true. He's
should have
going
stuck
by
with
the name
Craven Rage. Should have stuck with Craven Rage.
Well, he 1 minute said he was retiring, wasn't going to be in the Hall of Fame, and then said he was in. Then he tried to make James Taylor like the general manager of WC. That didn't go anywhere. Then he decided he was coming back, and then he's now Sinister. So, yes, this is real, folks. It is very real.
Shout out to my boy, by the way, shout out to my boy Dustin Alexander, who's about to be inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame for whooping Cameron Cage's ass at Saturday Night Riot.
Going to be here hopefully next week. Unfortunately, we can't get him on this week. We've got Judge Joe Dredd coming on here, by the way.
Steele, do you remember what I told you? Do you remember what I told you a couple weeks ago when we were on one of these shows? When I told you about what you're going to, when you talk about using me to further what you got going on, do you remember what I said to you?
No, because it's irrelevant to me.
I quoted HBK. I said, if you're going to use me as a stepping stone, you better step hard.
I mean, I got a size 13 foot, and I'm 6 foot, 6'4", so I'm going to step pretty damn hard.
That, by the way, I did say you were 6'4". Actually, he was saying.
Yeah, I'm going to step hard. I'm going to step hard straight on your neck.
Okay,
that's rather kind of you.
You go for whatever body part you think you need to. I'm telling you right now, Steele, and I stay true to my word. This is going to be a moment where you fuck around and find out, Junior. You've been questioning whether or not this old dog can still fucking bite. You're going to find out real quick how hard this old dog can and will bite. And you're going to find out bad.
You promise? Do you promise?
Oh yeah. It's a guarantee, Steele. It's a damn guarantee.
Guarantee. The only guarantee is that I'm going to walk out Summer Bash victorious. That's the only guarantee that's going to happen.
You're going to have to go get you a victory in another match, Junior, because when I walk through that curtain, we're going to find out how well you can imitate a pretzel.
I mean...
And when you're done, and when we're all done, then you can run around backstage talking about how salty you are.
Oh, okay. So, here's the thing about that.
Here's the thing. Come on, tell me.
I don't bend, and I definitely don't bow to no one. So neither one of those things are going to happen at Summer Bash.
Did I ask you to fucking genuflect? No one said anything about bailing, motherfucker.
No,
I said
I've heard rumors in the grapevine that someone that Tom Bryce bowed down to is supposed to be at Summer Bash. So
well, he's here before Summer Bash, so we'll certainly ask him if he's going to be in the ring. For sure. Yes,
but no, like I look at this, and I gave you credit. I gave you credit. I gave you props. I gave you everything that you needed for the simple fact that I know what I'm capable of.
That's true.
I know exactly what I can do to a human being inside those ropes. But I gave you the prompts because you're different than the other old head that I brought out of retirement.
Oh.
You're different because you know You actually know what you're doing in there professionally. And I know, see, this is where I'm gonna put my ego aside.
Ah,
And I know it's gonna be a fight. This ain't gonna be a match at Summer Bash. This is gonna be a fight. With you, there's a lot more to it than what I want people to know. Is, do I fear you? No. But do I know that you have a lot more in-ring time than I'd have? Yes. And there's one good thing that my trainer taught me is, with years comes wisdom.
Mm.
With
What did I
years
say
comes
earlier, Tom?
What's that?
What did I say earlier about years and wisdom?
You did actually say a lot about that. Actually, that was. Thank you for letting us confirm what you were saying.
And I understand you're going to utilize your wisdom at Summer Bash. But at the same time, I'm going to use my in-ring time that you haven't been in a ring as my wisdom. Because that's the biggest thing that I'm here to target. Is, yes, you can do this. It's like dancing. Once you know the routine, you never forget how to do it. It's if your body can let you do it.
Well, let me ask you this question, Anthony. You know, Coach had talked about the fact you guys are opening up what looks to be the greatest backyard and underground event in history. You guys are opening it up. I mean, that's a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility there. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I think it's the best damn thing that the bookers could do for Summer Bash.
Ah, and why would that be, in your opinion, if you don't mind me asking?
Because if there's one thing that me and Chris can agree on, is in order to have a successful show, you need a good opener and you need a good main event. And by God, me and him are going to be the greatest opener out of those 3 nights.
It could very well be the greatest opening match in backyard and underground wrestling history. I mean, there is no question that there is that possibility here. I mean, this is where people remember first impressions. This is the match. Chris Craven makes his triumphant return to the ring. Anthony Steele just recently returned to the underground. In Resurrection Wrestling Saturday Night Riot, everybody's talking about this highly successful Resurrection Wrestling Saturday Night Riot show. We got to see Kato and Mac 10 wrestle on it. We saw Dustin Alexander.
Oh, I also predicted that Kato was going to whoop his ass.
Well, he did. He did. Although poor Naomi got handcuffed there and nearly, Naomi suffered some significant damage. But yes, Kato did win and walked away with both belts. But there's no question that you were coming off a very successful show. I mean, the viewership continues to go up. And now you're going to be at Summer Bash. And people want to ask some questions. So let me get to the audience. Yes, the Anthony Steele logo is custom made. And DG wants to say Steele, in my opinion, is the best at pissing people off, and he's not even trying. And Anthony, that's a good point because Anthony, I'm very happy you're here because I had said to Coach Chris Craven that you are considered to be the most controversial figure in backyard and underground wrestling history. And Coach Chris Craven said, not really. He thinks that there's plenty of names, plenty of guys like you, but as far as I know, it doesn't matter the promotion, doesn't matter the wrestler. Your name comes up and everybody's got an opinion, whether it's good, bad, or in between, and he doesn't seem to think you're that controversial.
But what was the thing that Ronnie Brady said the other night?
The West Memphis Kid?
Hey, nobody loves Anthony Steele like Anthony Steele loves Anthony Steele.
He did say that, yes. The West
No,
Memphis.
see what it is, Chris, is can't nobody be Anthony Steele like Anthony Steele can be Anthony Steele. That's because there's only one me. There's only one controversial figure in the backyard and in the underground.
I would say it's still, to me, and for my money, I mean, who else even comes close? Jackson Law?
Let me ask this. What does that prove, Steve?
What does that prove? I don't think Aaron Blaze is controversial.
That only Steele can be Steele. What's that prove? Not a damn thing. It doesn't prove a damn thing. That means you're more in love with yourself than anybody else, which is fine.
I mean,
You
maybe
go ahead.
That's where my ego comes in. Yes.
maybe Craven Rage would be just as controversial, but in a different way, because people have felt that.
Oh, he's in love with himself too. He probably stares at his wanker in the mirror and idolizes.
But I think that would. But I mean, really,
he's a little bit sick with that mask on. Anywho,
I don't want to go there. He's sinister now, by the way. I repeat, he's sinister.
Yeah, okay. Anywho,
It's true.
It's sinisterly bad. You love yourself all you want, Steele. But let me make one big point to you.
One too many steals.
I can't sit here and speak on all of these other talent that you've been involved with in these promotions or shows or your travels or on here on Tom's platform. But I can tell you about me. I don't need to, nor do I try to, nor do I want to attempt to try to be Anthony Steele, because I am.
I hope not.
I am the only Craven of underground wrestling.
Wow, the only Craven. I mean, we just
congratulations. You have your own moniker.
Actually,
I applaud you.
I believe you would technically be right. You are technically right because he's sinister now.
Now, I will shoot on you for a moment. Yeah, I've given you props just as ways you've given me props. But let's be real a minute here, young man. That 6 years that you say you're going to use as your advantage to try to see if you could sneak up because you think that this old dog's sleeping is going to be the biggest mistake you can do. That is going to be the biggest thing you can do wrong. I told you before, you come out that curtain, you walk down that ramp, you step through those ropes, and you better bring your A game. Because you're not stepping in the ring with one of these young bucks you've seen on here or been in the ring with before. You are not. You're right. You know what all these other guys are capable of, but you have no clue what this old dog still has up his sleeve. You are walking into a match blind and you're making idle threats. Very irresponsible of you. You want to talk about age and years and wisdom? That is very irresponsible of you to make idle threats when you don't know what you're walking into. And you can tell me all you want that I'm doing the same thing with you. But is it really? Is it really? How many young bucks with a chip on their shoulder that thought they were going to out to rule the world were going to come around and take me out? Do you know that I'm the last man standing from an organization that wrestled almost 30 years ago? I am the last man standing. I have had promotion after promotion, talent after talent, main eventer and young buck, main eventer and young buck, rookies, mid-carders, champions, legends, icons try to take me out. And I'm still here. I'm still around. The underground icon, Chris Craven, is still fucking being a psycho menace for all you people to experience. Ooh. And young man, you are going to fucking find out how bad you think you're hungry. You're going to find out how bad I've been starving.
Oh my
goodness. You think
you're
starving? You think you're hungry? Boy, you ain't seen an appetite like mine yet. You haven't even touched the fucking peak of the iceberg yet to see an appetite like mine.
You're right. You're damn right.
I'll give you one little spoiler there, Junior. When I get into the ring, I do it for the fun of making people squeal.
Ooh.
I'm not there for titles. I've had plenty. I'm not there for wins and losses. I've had plenty. I'm not there because an audience member goes, Chris Gavin, I want your shirt. I've had plenty. I am there to make people scream, squeal, beg for mercy, and cry and cry. I'll bring up a controversial figure. You remember Chris Benoit? He always said to The Rock, I like to hear you squeal, Rock. I like to hear you squeal. Steele, that's going to be what I'm saying to you in this match. Come on, boy. Squeal for me, pig. Squeal for me. I want to hear it.
Well, you know what? While you and Anthony Steele figures it out, I'd actually like to put up a link here. So if you want to buy some merchandise for Anthony Steele, you want to join the Steel Nation movement, you can actually buy some merchandise here in the Teapot. And by the way, I want to actually make it known that you could very well see me wearing an Anthony Steele shirt, hopefully as soon as Wednesday. It all depends on the shipping, but you actually will be seeing me no matter what it'll happen. An Anthony Steele shirt this week will be live wearing on Sportswire Radio. So I'll be wearing my Anthony Steele shirt. So hopefully you join me in getting your Anthony Steele shirt today. Because after all, 35% off site-wide, $16 shirts and more. And make sure you can go out. You got Cancer Awareness, Chaos Crew. If you like Pride, you can go out there and support that. The Steel Era. If you want to use profanity, you got that too. You got Demons. Ronnie Brady. Maybe you want to change that one because you did lose to Ronnie Brady. But that's okay. Wear it anyway. Wear the shirt. Support Anthony Steele. Support those who support All Wrestling Matters. It's his story.
Fuck Ronnie Brady.
I gotta put you on the spot, Tom.
Yes.
I gotta put you on the spot
Go
because
for it.
that's what I like doing.
Yes.
Who you rooting for out of this? Tom?
I'm going with a double count out.
Come on now, Iron Man matches don't end in sudden death.
Well, the referee's gonna it was Flair Steamboat ended in sudden death. They technically did. I mean, so it can go to a draw. It can go to a time limit draw. And what I'm rooting for is it's a time limit draw. And Anthony Steele comes up and shakes Chris Craven's hand, and we see a raising of the hands. We see a big hug, and we see a passing of the I gotta toe the company line. You might want to say.
Look.
All right, I'll ask you another one. And I don't remember who else Steele's wrestling at this show. Who do you got with between me and Craven? Sinister, Rage, whatever fucking name he wants to use.
Well, to be honest, I mean, Nicholas Crenton defeated Sinister and Sean Jovi. They both nearly made him pass out. So I would say in that match, I'm going to definitely be picking Chris Craven, the coach, because Craven's in a ruler. So at least that one I understand. And yes, we will be sending another link here shortly to another individual that will be a part of the Summer Bash card. And I actually have to find the link for him. But yes, we will certainly do that. And DG Colt wants to say, as Steele is your lawyer, make sure he signs paperwork okaying the fight before he sues you for elder abuse.
Who the fuck is this Bren guy? Who's Bren?
Well, he does design.
That's my boy, DG Colt. Shout out to my boy.
He's a good friend of the platform. He's a very good friend of the platform. I would actually have to say he's good.
I got a comment for his elderly abuse thing. You want to see it? Actually, I got two right there. Out of this.
Now, would those be birds? Are you basically trying to feed
Obviously, my finger joints still work properly, so my old age hasn't set in to keep me from doing that.
That's very good. I'm happy that you still have birds. The birds are bird is the word.
Bird is the word.
Honest, we had a couple of shows this past weekend that were pulling teeth. They were pulling teeth. This one's much better with some pulling teeth. It was like root canal. One of the shows. I won't say which one because I was on 3 times, so I won't incriminate myself.
He's getting a lot of. Steele's getting a lot of. He's getting a lot of people betting on him. He's not there. There's going to be a lot of disappointed people after this show.
See, all right. If you don't mind, can I speak on the matter?
You can say anything you want. You're allowed.
I don't know.
No. I'm gonna be respectful for once.
I don't know. Can you? You ask if I mind. Why does that matter? I'm your.
Do you mind? I don't want to be disrespectful to the late great Chris Craven.
I don't put a cork in anyone's mouth. You want to talk? It's better than sitting there looking like a bitch. Talk.
So, I understand you're starving. As you put it, you're starving. 6 years is a long time. But if you think that just because you've been out of the game for 6 years and you really want this match, you really want to show that you still got it, you really want to show that this young buck can get put in his place, why don't you look from the other side? I'm starving. I'm starving for a whole different reason. I'm starving to show that the world that Anthony Steele is the hottest fucking thing going on the indies right now. That what you've done in the past, Anthony Steele is now doing in the present and what we'll forever be doing in the future for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years. See, that's my whole thing going into this match, Chris, is I want to prove not that I could just beat you, that I could beat you at your own game. That the indies didn't do well for you. You left. You were done.
I think
You were done.
In the
You packed your bags and you're like, all right, my time is up. My time is just now getting started.
He had 2 WWE matches, though. He was extremely successful.
Hey, look, you had 2. I'm gonna have 200.
Well,
I'm gonna have more than 200. I'm gonna have more than 400. That's the thing. I'm not packing up my bags. Ever.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that this is a competition between our statistics? Are you going into this match thinking that it's a competition based off statistics?
No.
Then why
I'm gonna use statistics. Statistics.
What? Let me
you
ask
can't
you.
I've said it multiple times. You can't fight facts.
No,
so statistics, I'm gonna use them.
Facts are facts. But let me ask you something. Are you going into the ring because you want to make numbers? You want to make, other than dollar signs, you want to make numbers? You want to make stats?
Stats.
Are you worried about some 12-year-old boy having your fucking wrestling baseball lookalike card with your stats on the back of it? Like, why are you doing this? Because I show up and get in the ring, whether it was backyard or underground or indie or even the tryout matches I had, I get in the ring with the full purpose and passion to just simply love wrestling. I don't care I don't care how many times I've had. This is the difference. This is the experience I've tried to lay on all of you over the last year. It ain't about, a lot of people go, if you ain't in the business to get the world title, you shouldn't be here. And in some retrospect, that can be considered an accurate point of view. But another accurate point of view that can be considered is, if you're not in this for the right reasons, as such as passion or your love for this, or to just be a part of something phenomenal, something that creates moments not only for you or your roster or your organization, but for many people, fans, giving those fans the experience that they got to enjoy watching you and other people perform. There are a lot of reasons why people get into this. And it doesn't matter if I've held 3 titles or 10 or 30 or 50 or 100 compared to how many you've had. It doesn't matter how many tryout matches I've had compared to how many you may get. It doesn't matter how many years in indie or how many matches in indie I had versus how many you're going to do. You want to strive for greatness. You want to reach through the ceiling and break it and soar higher. You go for it. Do your thing.
That's why.
I can tell you right now, because I was in your shoes. I was the hungry kid that fought and fought and fought. And all the cliche stories, from sleeping in my cars or park benches, waiting outside of buildings to wrestle, driving hundreds of miles to do my gig, doing this, breaking my body, doing all the stuff that one does to sacrifice for this. I've done it. I've walked your path. I've lived in your shoes. I've done it. So when you say look at it from the other side of the coin, dude, I've stared at that other side of that coin for years. I've lived it for years.
So let me ask you this. You've seen it, you've lived it, so you know why I want this match. You know why I can't wait for July 5th, right?
Why do you think that I tell you, you better come prepared? You better come with your A game. You better bring everything you've learned. Do you know how many times when I was a rookie or when I was your age, starting out, trying to get in, I thought I could go in and I could take the big dog down. I could take the guy that's the veteran or the king of the locker room or the top tier guy down. You know how many times I got knocked on my ass? You know how many times? And it has nothing to do with my ability. My ability in the ring was great at that age. I mean, my 20s, shit, I could run circles around one of the best, any of the guys you got in your locker room right now.
Well, you got those 2 tryouts.
Okay.
Obviously, somebody saw it. They wanted to see you. I mean, there was.
But I did the same thing that he's doing, Tom. I did the same thing that you're doing, Steele. I showed up and I made a loud noise over here. And I said, I can take that big dude down. I don't care how many years.
So
he's
are you
got.
going into this match to try to make an example out of Anthony? Are you trying to point
No,
him in
I'm
a
not going to make an example out of Anthony. I'm there to just, I guess, assume the same with Craven Rage. You gotta face reality.
Well, he's
It's
sinister now. I mean, I'm trying very hard to be diplomatic with Craven Rage.
I would say maybe, Craven Rage is going to get an education on wrestling, a full education. Steel doesn't need a full education on wrestling. He's got one. He's getting one. He's continuing to perfect this thing. And that's a respect towards him. He's doing his thing. And he's not wasting people's time. And he's not coming on here like Silver Wolf going, I can do it. And then he's not really fucking even doing anything.
I don't even want to mention those names.
Which side note, Tom?
But
I got some news for Wednesday.
But it's like, I'm not there to give Steel an education. But I am here, and more than likely, when it comes to our match, my drive in this, other than hunger or starvation to get back in the ring, he's going to learn a valuable, humble lesson about poking the veterans. Be careful. You poke all you want, but be careful how you poke, because some of those veterans will slap you in return versus poke.
Well, I got a lot of comments here. Let me say hello to some people, because people have been wanting to
get
into
I see Omen's in here. He's not even talking.
Well, he's a busy man.
There's a lot going on. I didn't want to interrupt it.
Well, let me get to some
thought it was Omen's show.
Let me say hello to some people. Comatose wants to say that the only question is, what breed of dog are you? Because there's a difference between a pit bite and a Chihuahua bite. Thank you. That's why we love Comatose always commenting and doing different things. In order for one to succeed, they must appreciate themselves for who they are. However, to be full of oneself before swimming in the ocean, you could drown. Okay, Omen's here. We got him in. Want to say hello to D'Angelo the Flame. Obviously, D'Angelo shares a locker room with Anthony Steele. And Anthony and obviously D'Angelo wrestled on the Saturday Night Riot show. D'Angelo was successful against Jacoby. D'Angelo will be in action coming up next Friday against D Savage in the second round of the Riot in the Ring. He'll be there. He's also wrestling for the AWL's Endgame against Victor Thorne, the Bishop of Brutality. Hello to D'Angelo the Flame. Ongoing for the Real Deal, Anthony Steele for this match, and hi to D'Angelo the Flame. This individual I say hello to and just says no shade towards Steele. No shade towards Steele.
Can I say something?
Yes, but no, he said no shade towards Steele. He's rooting for the coach.
Look. There ain't no shade, Corey. There ain't no shade.
I don't know anybody named Corey, though.
But I will say this. I'll say this to Steele. After this match, when I make you tap out, I don't want you to take this as an insult thing. I have a challenge for you, young man. If you lose this match, which I do think you are, I challenge you to be a man about it, stand up, shake my hand. And then I want you to take what you've learned, and I want you to go apply it and be greater where you're at.
Wow.
So
that's a fair thing right there.
I'll reciprocate. When I beat you at Summer Bash, I want you to get up, if you can, and shake mine.
I got no problem shaking a man's hand when or if they beat me.
Because I'll say this. Like I said, I know I'm going into a fight. And I love a good old-fashioned fight. Because no offense, you don't seem like the dude to do some underhanded tactics. You're not Ronnie Brady. So I give you more respect than that.
All right, I respect
I
that.
feel like, you know what? Let's go into this a little bit. Here's the real reason why I wanted to face Chris Craven. The real reason why I wanted to face you at Summer Bash, why I literally pushed the bookers to get this match to happen, was for the simple fact that if I could step in the ring with you and win, lose, or draw, I'll say that. Win, lose, or draw. I don't want you to just shake my hand because, you won, I won, all that. No. I want you to shake my hand to tell me if you feel that I gave you the fight that you deserved. It's not about the crowd at this point. It's not about the management running the show. It's about a mutual respect.
I'll give
We've been
you
hyping.
an honest answer on that. Regardless of who wins and who shakes whose hands first, I'll give you an answer on that. You want a positive reception from me, or you want a positive feedback? Earn it.
So
That's
let me,
fair.
let me say this. Let me say this because that's where I was leading to. Is I'm gonna play into this. Ronnie basically says I do this for myself. That I do this to get my own ego put over, to put Anthony Steele over every fucking talent that he steps in front of. That's not what I do. That's not why I do this. The reason why I did this, the reason why I'm going to continue to do this is for the simple fact that I love this just as much as you do. I love wrestling in a ring. I love stepping in between those ropes.
Well, you're
standing in the
here
middle of
almost
the-
every night. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to love this sport. I mean,
Right.
you're literally here every night on this platform. I mean, people, I don't think people would say you don't love wrestling. I don't think people would say you mail it in. I think that your knowledge for this sport is limitless. I think just as much as the coaches. I think that there's no question to my mind that I don't think people discount what this sport means to you. And I call it a sport, brother. I don't call it a business. I call it a sport. Because to me, it's a sport.
That's the thing. Is I said it once, I'll say it again. Does Anthony still have an ego? Yes. Anthony still has an ego that can fill an entire fucking 20 by 20 ring.
And I think most people do agree
And-
that you're the most controversial figure in this history of this great sport.
And do I have controversy that surrounds my name? Yeah. And I'll be open to admit it, for the simple fact that there's one phrase in this sport that I've heard multiple times throughout my career that I live by. If you ain't got haters, you ain't doing nothing right.
Hey, listen, and you've been to some of the biggest companies: XCW, TBW, Resurrection. You've been in the Nexus. I mean, you've been in places. Yes.
The thing about it is, do I want people to hate me? I don't think anybody in this world wants someone to hate them. But do I want people to understand that my goal in this is to reach the pinnacle of this industry, and that I will 100% strive and guide myself to the promised land? 100%. And stepping in the ring with you is just the next step to guide myself in that direction. Step in the ring with Chris Craven is going to guide Anthony Steele down one of two roads. Either I give you my all, and win, lose, or draw, that match goes off with a bang, or Anthony Steele plummets himself. Not you make me plummet, I plummet myself. And that's the reason why I want to fight you. Because I want to prove.
Wait a minute. Why are you worried about plummeting? Because I'm gonna call your ego out for a moment. I'm gonna call your ego out and I'm gonna put it right on the spot.
Hey Tom, how's it going?
I'm doing great. We got certainly a back and forth here, a rare spirited discussion between Anthony Steele and Chris Craven. I will get to Omen Black shortly.
I thought I'd break through real quick. Hearing these guys talk nonstop. Thought I'd just break through real quick. Go on, carry on, Craven.
It is true. You have to be a prick in this business, because if you don't, everybody's ego will run all over you. You have to be a prick in this business in some way or another. But let's play off your ego for a moment. If your ego is that of what you say it is or what others think it is, you allowing yourself to go through a downfall or a downward spiral is not an option for you. Whether you win or lose. Any match. Right. Any match. It don't matter if it's this, that. It don't matter if it's against Taylor when you guys do your little contract bullshit. It don't matter who it's against. that if you get your ass whooped and you walk back to that curtain with your dick tucked between your fucking legs and run off like a sad little puppy dog and you fall to fucking pieces in somebody's arms, going, I can't do it, I don't want to do it no more, then you never belonged here in the first place.
Exactly.
I don't think Anthony's going to be having that
See,
problem.
That's
Anthony,
exactly.
I have a lot of comments after this. But
that's. I don't think there's not a thought in the back of my mind that that's going to happen. Okay. Not one.
You got that right. You don't think. Sorry.
Well, that's what I would say.
Hey. No, sometimes Anthony, I don't.
We have a show Wednesday, and will you be thinking about some of the people you will be bringing up?
100%.
I want to know something.
I got a lot of thought for what's going to happen on Wednesday.
I have a question for Omen. Let's get him in here and let's get him involved.
Okay.
I'm actually very curious to see, just real question, no animosity to it. How does Omen feel about the fact that I'm going to be going up against his buddy there, Soldier?
I mean, yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, I think Soldier kick your ass. What are you going to say? You want me to say, oh, no, give you the best match of the night? Oh,
I just wanted your honest opinion about it because, that's your boy. You and me are cool. I'm trying to get how you say your wrestling analyst type of opinion of the potential of that match, I guess.
I think it's going to be, I guess, a battle of different styles and eras. Your era and his era and different styles. You're, I guess, more technical what you've described, and he's more of a brawler. So I guess we'll have to see the battle between styles and eras.
I think we'll see some of that play out a little bit coming up for a cheap plug because Thursday night, Soldier GP and a slew of guys in the IMF will be here because we are getting ready for Summer Heat, which will take place this Saturday. And also Soldier GP will be in action defending that IMF Championship of the World against Justin Parsley. We'll see some of that take place, and maybe we'll see a similar type of match between Chris Craven and Soldier GP as we may see with Justin Parsley and Soldier GP, which leads me to a slew of comments. I like to get to people who like to say hello here.
By the way,
well, I'm going to get to some comments. There's a lot of fans that love to say hello. Let's get the people in here. They would love to say hello.
Go ahead.
I would love to say hello to Joseph Tibbs, my very good buddy, who's also returning to the ring, making a comeback like Chris Craven here. And one more run is Joseph Mortis. He says, Steele, you're already using that mic. And he says with the smiley face. Justin Parsley is here. And by the way, believe it or not, we have XCW coverage next Sunday night. Julian Void Jacobs is here. Julian Void Jacobs is returning to Sportswire Radio. He has wanted to come back, and we want to allow people in XCW who want to be here. And Julian Void Jacobs has been a friend of the show, and I want to at least let our friends speak, and I'm going to give him that opportunity. So Julian Void Jacobs will be here next Sunday night. That'll be June 30th, so definitely stay tuned for that. Always love hearing from the big man, and the big man's going to be joining you guys into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. So I hope that you'll tune in and join the conversation. Julian is one of those guys that always has something interesting to say, and he's kind of on an uptick right now because he just defeated Mitchell Maverick, his tag team partner turned nemesis, and he's got some gold also waiting for him around his waist. And we say hello to Comatose again. I'm also positive you want to talk about hunger in the community. I'm right up there. I'm not debating it either. You had decades of consistency and talent thrown away. I've had 6 years of carrying 4 companies and a 4-year hiatus on top of it. My hunger is endless. Thank you very much for letting me know hunger. I will be hungry in about 40 minutes from now when I decide to eat some buffalo wings before I take a nap from 7-Eleven. Thank you, Eat Fresh. Subway is Eat Fresh. 7-Eleven's the other one.
If he's comatose, how hungry really is he?
Well, he's hungry because it's like everybody's hungry. Even if you're comatose, aren't you hungry? You got to eat like the So when you're dead, don't you?
If you're comatose, you don't even know if you're hungry or not.
But no, actually, not so fast. In the words of Lee Corso, you would actually eat like this. The scabs you would eat. You'd eat something. The flesh would eat you, or you'd eat the flesh, and while you're dying, and that's certainly comatose. But know all about
it. About it, a comatose. So. My grandfather was in a coma recently, and
I am so sorry.
The doctor put on Silverwolf show, My grandpa woke up from this coma just to turn it off.
Well, that would be a good reason why we're really trying to move away from silver. That's why we're trying to turn the channel on those individuals, because at this point there is a lot of other people that want to be here, like Judge Joe Dredd, who really wants to be here. I'd rather give Judge Joe Dredd the floor than those that want to kind of have problems with the platform, like Skulls and Silverwolf. We want to move on from them, especially Skulls, and bring on Judge Joe Dredd and others. And we say good luck to them on their endeavors, but we say hello to Judge Joe Dredd, the legendary Judge Joe Dredd. I think Sportswire is doing pretty good these days. And Orbiting Doom said LOL about something. I want to say hello to my hardcore king, Mr. Atomic Titan. I am definitely bowing down to him. And obviously, he is the TBW hardcore champion. And he has certainly got a lot on his plate right now. Manny Cobra, he bloodied him up. Joshua Allen is obviously in his crosshairs. And he is definitely doing great things. Ethan Sorensen is going to say that this match, he's got Chris Craven, by the way. Ethan Sorensen's got Chris Craven over Anthony Steele. I'd like to say hello to my friend Il Drago. How you doing, Il Drago? Hope to see you on Sportswire one of these days. Always good to see you, my friend, and thank you for your support of the IMF and all the great things you're doing. It was supposed to be I'm going for him, but it's ongoing for him. I'm not quite sure what that means. But what a fire show so far. All three of you have been killing it. Omen is just now speaking. And it's Omen's show, by the way.
Yeah, it's my show. So thank you.
Zilla says preach Anthony Steele. So Zilla said first it's Chris Craven, then it's Anthony Steele. Thank you, Zilla. That's how I go about things.
Zilla is the Sportswire bot.
Well, everybody's got one, right? It reminds me of the REM song, Everybody Hurts. But speaking of people who do put a hurting on their opponents in the ring, maybe some would say the better half of the congregation, the icon Jack Spade, is in the house. No thanks necessary for gracing you with my presence. And we thank you, Jack Spade, every time, because we need to have an icon here from us. And basically, Mr. Mortis said, what? Holy shit. The iconic one has arrived. Always Jack Spade arriving with a bang. I love the platform. Yeah, and I love having you here. And I love, talking with you. And obviously, I'm excited because we have more IMF coverage ahead coming up here this Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern time, a slew of your favorite stars in the IMF. And who knows, maybe Anthony Steele will show up because maybe he'll be at Summer Heat.
On that show Thursday with us.
Are you actually wrestling on Summer Heat by any chance, Anthony, or am I saying it's too much? Any chance you'll be there on Saturday? Or you don't know? No? Maybe?
Omen didn't say only one person can answer his challenge.
And by the way, I want to give a big shout out.
No, because his car will probably break down the day before. So.
And big shout out to Atomic Titan because Rampage episode 163 has crossed, I believe, 1,500 views so far. We want to thank our friends in TBW. And by the way,
I'm cool, Titan. I appreciate it. But where are you going to be at Summer Bash, though?
He's going to be on his route there. I am sure he'll talk about that when he returns to the platform. He's obviously thinking about his plans and. We obviously know that TBW will be represented because Alan Michaels will be there at Summer Bash. Alan Michaels is obviously going to be there. Alan Michaels, I want to give a big plug for because he is actually putting out a big post and he is raising money for the suicide hotline 988. So if you'd like to obviously at least like the post or share it, it's on his Instagram at Alan Michaels. Please support that. It's obviously an important cause to him. I have actually personally donated. I always try to support our friends here in the community. You can say a lot about me, but I do at least try my best to support our friends. And did you want to say something, Anthony? You're welcome to speak.
Also, Anthony Steele's about to drop some men's mental health awareness merch for the month of June.
I did buy it. I will try to buy it. I will try to buy as much as I can.
If y'all want to support men's mental health awareness, go buy some merch.
Well, I'll put the link up. How about this, Anthony? I'm actually going to do you a solid because I've already bought my shirt from Anthony Steele. If you'd like to buy a shirt from Anthony Steele, I would still buy. And by the way, apparently I should have took the notes, but I would have got 1.6% back. But I don't need 1.6% back when it comes to buying a shirt. But if you want to buy a shirt, you can go to TeePublic Steel Nation, Steel -Nation. You've got 9 designs so far. And guess what? You can get most of the shirts for only $16. $16. I mean, who can go wrong with that? I mean,
tapestries are $17.
There you go. And I want to say hello to Drake Golddragon, who I might have here tomorrow, but unfortunately, I'm about to start a temporary job for a day or two, which is going to put some dollars in my pocket to cover the Anthony Steele shirts, so, which will be good. It means I can buy more shirts next month, but nobody would certainly throw a pity party for me. But obviously, Drake, I may see you tomorrow. I'm going to talk about that, but I want to say to Drake, I'm sorry that the run as national champion ended. It was a hell of a main event, though, and congratulations on a great run. I think you're on for another big run ahead. So I'll be talking with you possibly tomorrow. Still stay tuned for some details on that. I'm going to be here at 11 o'clock also, actually, very important. I want to give a big plug, actually, for a second, because we're going to have a guy, Blizzard, from ALW Wrestling in Marion, Ohio. And that's important because we are actually going to be supporting them because their championship belt was stolen. I don't know why somebody would steal a belt from Big Man Cam's company, especially how big Big Man Cam is and his wrestlers, but we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about ALW. They're actually not too far from Bremen, Ohio. I know we're trying to set them up with some of the guys at Summer Bash and also DKW. So you'll be here for that, hopefully with me at 11 o'clock Eastern time on all Sportswire radio platforms when it comes to Blizzard of ALW. That means Big Man Camp can't be too far around the corner, and maybe Anthony Steele will return to Ohio and show up at ALW because who knows? Because it's Steel Nation, and he wants to, I can't say the first word, but he certainly wants to beat everyone up and leave, which he's done in a lot of places. He's beat everyone up and leaves. I mean, ask the company in Indiana. But let me take this off the screen before I let Omen Black speak, because it's his show after all. Thanks, Tom. Can't wait for our next event, Rebellion. And I'm very excited about that because I know I'm rebelling every time I'm on this platform. And that's why I want to give Omen Black an opportunity to speak. Mr. Black, it's your show. I'd like to give you the floor.
I have one question for Anthony. Hey, I didn't watch Resurrection yet. How'd you do?
Stop. That was not nice. I'm not going to put the footage up. Well,
I proved my theory right. I'll say that.
Well, good news for you, Anthony. I'm not going to do the watch along with you tonight. I'm good.
Did I win? No. He used his as he said on as he said.
Oh shoot, man!
He cheated.
He's the West Memphis
kid. He brought weapons in the ring, used the weapons. He low blowed me, and he got the pin. I gave it to him. He beat me. But what did I say, Tom? I'm not gonna stop going after Ronnie Brady until either Ronnie Brady can beat me clean 1-on-1 or until I humiliate him in front of an audience.
Well, we're gonna find out because I'm pretty sure Resurrection is going to be in an audience very soon.
Neither's gonna happen, right?
Okay.
Well, good news for you. Because Anthony Steele, I need to move on because Atomic Titan said Manny Cobra is indefinitely out. So that means maybe Omen Black is coming to TBW or somebody else because Atomic Titan, my hardcore king, for whatever reason, called out Omen Black last week on Rampage. So that means maybe
Summer Bash.
He's saying Rebellion, though.
I don't care about Rebellion. Rebellion's cool. I'll watch Rebellion, but what about Summer Bash, though?
At least it's not DBW. DBW. Did you see Omen Black? Mr. Judgment made a cameo tonight in the chat, and he was, I think, wanting to speak to Chris Craven. But
Coach I did. He left my Princess Bride comment.
Yeah, and I think Coach
send him the link.
Didn't. Well, no, I think that's Wednesday's show. I think he wants to be here Wednesday, Mr. Judgment.
I had a.
Who wants to talk?
You're all welcome.
I'll just say this: I had a former DBW guy. I heard he messaged the IMF management.
Somebody I know very well, very well.
I don't know the actual details, but I'm just gonna say that. But so
July 2nd, stay tuned. That's all I can say. July 2nd, 8:30. You better get the popcorn.
Is Damien Fatale coming on here?
No, it's not Damien Fatale. We'll talk about it off the air.
Oh, that's right. You that Taft guy. Never mind.
Thank you very much. Now I'm sure they're going to be in DBW.
I'm sorry. I guess
DBW will hear this, and Mr. Judgment will be here Wednesday, which I'm still not sure why he would want to be here in a chat like this, because I don't think it's going to be in character for him, though. I'm not sure this would really be the venue for him, and I say that as a friend still, this would not be the venue for him and Anthony's show. But you sure you want him here still, though, Judgment, on Wednesday? Are you sure?
100%.
Are you sure? You
100%.
Sure? Okay. All right.
Y'all excited for Summer Bash?
What are you eating there, by the way, Coach? It looks yummy. What are you eating? Ice cream?
Chocolate eclair.
That's very, very, very Maryland-like of you.
Yeah, he's training right now.
Eclair. It's an eclair, not eclair. It's eclair.
He's training right now. Leave him alone.
Yeah, this right here. This is the kind of food I'm gonna need to beat you.
Ow. I guess that's. And also, Mac 10
drink some water, buddy. Drink some water.
Mac 10 would like his. Actually, if you are out in most of the country, you should try to drink water.
You can't even spell where right. So.
And also, I guess you'll have to see if the line has been called. I don't think Mr. Allen is calling Omen because I think he's got his own plans for Titan. But Mac 10 wants some rent. He does want to collect rent. We're getting close.
You can't spell where right.
Well, where he did.
At least he spelled rent.
Right?
At least he spelled rent right.
Steel,
That's the most important part. That's the most important part.
This is my show. I'm rent free, motherfucker.
It's my show.
Well, the good news is, Wednesday it's officially your show because Wednesday you'll be here, and I'm sure.
And Omen Black's not invited.
No, he is invited.
I'm lending you the show Wednesday. Be happy.
You ain't lending me shit.
Well, I mean, do you think? I mean, are you still sure you want Judgment here? I still say
Tom,
he shouldn't be here.
And it's effective right now. Canceling Wednesday. Open mic night.
Fair enough. I think.
Yeah, you fucking thought.
Well,
no, I just made it official. It's my show. Tom, tell me.
Stop the cap.
What's an open mic Wednesday night? Be there or be square, and I'm sure we'll see the same individuals anyway. So we'll all be here anyway. So it's not really be much different. I'm sure.
You'll be on my show if I invite you on my show, Omen.
See,
he's gonna just ask me to send them the link.
You're gonna ride on my coattails, steal my shtick.
But you're
gonna. If it wasn't for me, Anthony still wouldn't be on Sportswire. I'm just saying.
But to be fair, Anthony, if he asked me to send the link, it's his show.
I don't give a fuck if it's his show. I don't give a fuck if it's his house. It's my show on Wednesday. If I don't want Omen Black's dumbass on my goddamn TV screen, if I don't want Omen Black on my mic, I don't fucking need his ass on my mic.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
I thought cockfights were illegal.
I'm gonna go to the next comment because
while you're talking, Chris. You were just going back and forth with Anthony, and then you turned into a bromance.
I gotta get something off my chest as well. Titans days are numbered as the hardcore turd. You never faced anyone in the hardcore deathmatch scene. I'm challenging you, hardcore turd, for that strap. Well, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, Anthony, TBW and Resurrection have a show coming up here. Now, wouldn't that be actually something that Joshua Allen could actually happen, right? Would that actually be something that would be...
You could.
And you think Joshua Allen would want to do that? Because he obviously has a good relationship with Mr. Mortis. I mean, he's worked well with him.
I mean,
are we gonna see Anthony still back in TVW?
That's a question you'd have to ask Joshua Allen. I think that's
the main question is, hear me out, because we've been waiting for this debut to happen. When is Anthony still gonna debut in Triple W?
How about DBW? Do you think you'll be asking for a DBW debut on Wednesday?
Don't waste your time, Anthony.
Never.
Don't do it.
I'm not.
You sure? Because is that why you're bringing Judgment on to ask him, can I be a part of DBW?
Give me a contract, bud.
You can wrestle in that ring of theirs, and you can wrestle you can wrestle Cyrus. The
Actually, you'd be a good fit for a group there. It's called Ego. I think you'd be a good fit for that group.
No, I don't think it's one size fits all there. I think that Anthony would be an island on his own compared to those guys. Those guys are like bush leaguers compared to Anthony in that sense.
Bro, I'm major league. They're minor.
They're not even. They're like T-ball compared to you. Seriously,
I'll say this: the ego
they speak like T-ballers compared to you. That's why I'm still saying. And again, if you want Judgment on, I've been trying to friendlyly tell him, "Are you sure you want this?" Because it's one thing to talk in character and go mortal sin, I'm the final boss. But Anthony Steele, and when he talks, it's like talking to somebody on Raw. I mean, this is.
I'll just say this: Anthony Steele has more wins than Ego has teeth.
I'm sure if you took away the fake teeth, yeah. I mean, if you took the dentures.
Who's the final boss?
Anthony, you breaking over there? You laughing?
Nah, I'm good.
Also, Joseph, you were at the back of the line, but if Josh calls your line, just let you know you'll make it out of the match, and they're going back and forth. But I guess
Hey,
Anthony,
I was mentioned in TBW, so
I know I brought it
big
up like
dub.
3 times. I know. I mean, that must make
Big
you
W for me.
big W for you. You know, Anthony, I was going to ask, obviously, toward the end of the show that we are in, is there anything you'd like to talk about for Wednesday that you don't want to give away, but at least want to preview for the audience? Because tomorrow, I don't think we'll be promoting much of it, but we'll be back here Wednesday. Hopefully, I'll have my Anthony Steele shirt on by Wednesday. Hopefully,
Can I
It's
intervene
open
real
mic
quick?
night. I don't know why you're saying that, Tom. It's open mic night.
Let me
Ah,
let me
Move along.
intervene real quick because
Sure.
I don't have anything to do with Wednesday. I may even pop in, but I'm not.
Oh, you're not popping in on Wednesday show? I thought you'd love to pop in.
I will if you need me to, but as of right now,
But Anthony's inviting people to links. You think that he's
okay.
not going to
If they want to pop in, somebody send me a link if you want me in. I'll jump in. But
Anthony's
for
sending you
tonight-
that link. Oh, he's sending you that link. If he's providing
As-
judgment, he's sending you that link. Go ahead.
as for tonight, I started the show. Let these guys finish. I do got to get some things ready for work tomorrow.
Sure, no problem. I want to let you.
I'm going to cut out, but I'll let these guys finish the show since I started it, and hopefully you have fun talking about whatever you're talking
We're
about.
not going to be here much longer anyway, because to quote,
I'm about to head up too. I just want to pop in, promote Summer Bash. Hope everyone's excited for it as we are. I'd love to see everyone out there.
and we got some great shows ahead before that, Wednesday, Thursday. And by the way, Friday is a reminder. We got Judge Joe Dredd and we got Brian White. So if you like hardcore deathmatch wrestling, Friday night is your alley. It's right up your alley. So maybe, deathmatch wrestling, Anthony Steele, if the Chris Craven run doesn't go so good, hardcore death matches with Judge Joe Dredd and Brian White could be right up your alley.
Hey, Tom, actually, I got one question before I head out. Has
Yes.
Silver Wolf ever made his class
I'll see
attendance
you,
for PWF?
Thank you, Coach. He hasn't, but I honestly don't want to talk anymore about Silver Wolf and Skulls. I really think it's time to let the professionals speak on this platform. Let's let professionals come on here and let the Fisher Price kiddies go and talk where
So
nobody's
is that
watching.
C2K then? He's a 30-year
Wait,
veteran.
no, hold on. No. You gotta wait till after Wednesday for that.
I think it's time to let them move on. I think it's time people say.
I got news. Either I could drop it tonight and let it go, or I could drop it Wednesday night.
Drop it
No,
now.
I say drop it Wednesday.
Drop
Drop
it
it
Wednesday.
Drop it Wednesday, but I'm saying that really we should move on.
After Wednesday, they can go do their
Listen,
thing.
it is Mental Health Month, and I'm serious. It is Mental Health Month this month. What you're gonna drop, I'm sure these guys, they're not playing with the same deck of cards. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they got C2K working with them still.
They've got a lot of people working with them, but okay. Well, anything else you want to say, Omen, before I let you go? Or what do you want to say?
I'm excited for Summer Bash, excited for Summer Heat.
I'm very excited for Summer
Hope
Heat.
I see Titan there. Titan. Fucking,
Well, that's up to him and himself. But I'm very excited about Summer Heat, and of course, I am actually donating a ticket to that. And I want to talk about Summer. We have a slew of people, and I'll have an announcement for that probably Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And I guess we'll see you then, Omen, on Wednesday.
later, y'all. Anthony, enjoy my show. It's my show, bitch.
That is Omen Black, the DKW World Champion, the IMF Hardcore Champion, as we move on to the final thoughts of the show. And Ildrago, yes, I am very excited about Summer Bash, 10 o'clock Thursday Eastern Time. We'll have a slew of stars from the IMF that'll be here to hopefully get us ready. And I'm donating a ticket, so I'm looking forward to allowing somebody to go and have a nice time. He's like, I'm hopefully going to wear your shirt by Wednesday, hopefully. I got the confirmation, so I'm praying I get it by Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But anything else you'd like to say, Anthony, before we obviously bid adieu to the audience for now, though, because you'll be back on Wednesday.
Wednesday is going to be a night to remember for these young bucks.
It would be the young ones. Don't know yet.
We'll figure it out.
Interesting.
We'll figure it out.
Good enough.
Mr. Judgment, I think it's for your best judgment that you decline the offer on Wednesday. I'm gonna make you look like a fool.
Which is kind of what I have been telling him, kind of in a friendly way. Are you sure you want this? I actually
look, Judgment. I won't dog you that bad for backing out. But I'm saying it's for your best interest to decline the offer. But if you do accept and you show up on my platform on Wednesday, you're gonna have a rude awakening.
Which is why I have been saying that's kind of what I've been saying in a more friendlier way. That that was what I.
There's one person in the chat. Let's see.
And I'm bringing in Mac 10 for the last few minutes of the show. I'm going to let Mac come.
There's one person that I do want to invite.
Who would that be?
For
Mac
Wednesday.
10? Well, Mac 10, he's going to be here.
Let's see.
Mac 10's here. He'll be here, right?
Fuck Mac 10.
That's not
you
nice.
too, still.
I'm sorry, Mac, about the match. I'm sorry about, but you did get one on Naomi at least. You did at least,
She didn't want to bleed.
Well, but Naomi though certainly found out firsthand not to mess with you. But yeah, Chad Gable's not going to be around for a while. I think after what I saw. Good point. That could be some people.
Hey, I haven't watched Raw yet. Don't ruin it.
Okay, I won't say anything because Chris Craven said the same.
I want Famous Lie to come on Wednesday.
I don't know who Famous Lie is.
Because famous Lie, you know that I know who you are, and I think it'd be a grand old time to see you and me grace the screen together.
Well, that would be up to Famous Lie. I don't know Famous Lie personally. I mean, but I would still recommend Mr. Judgment not to come on Wednesday's show. I actually will recommend.
Bring your what are they? DBW.
DBW.
Hey, DBW. Can
like
you
if you listened to my show yesterday, all I kept saying was DBW. DBW. I was like,
DBW. Hey, look, you might want to have your guys flood the comments because that's probably going to be the only saving factor that you have on Wednesday.
That's why I would say not to show up on the stream. I would say if you want to do a show and have a few things.
But I will say this. If you show up in the comments and then don't show up, it's going to be worse. Just either don't show up at all or show up.
I think I might have to do what a boxing trainer would do. And I've been trying to slowly tell him this in a way without telling him, throw in the towel before the fight even starts. Honestly, this would be, my advice.
Wasn't he in the comments earlier?
He was, and Coach was like, I want to talk Summer Bash. He didn't really want to. He kind of said a few things about him, and
Mr. Judgment. Hold on. Let me do something.
Uh-oh. He may not.
Hold on before you get to that, Anthony.
Good.
So,
no, thank you for moving along. We'll do that on Wednesday's show. Yes.
I'm gonna drop something right quick.
Please do.
And it has to be with It has to do with Thorne.
Uh-oh.
Just so Sportswire knows, Thorne has made a bet.
Oh.
Let's move on. Let's go with Thorne.
Thorne has made a bet with me. He didn't learn the last time with Joey to not make a bet with me. It all relies on if Joe Hendry shows up to the WWE. Because if he shows up, Thorne's stuck in a death match with me.
Wait. So if Joe Hendry doesn't show up to WWE, the psychopath Xavier Thorne literally might have a death wish with you. You're the deathmatch werewolf. Anthony, I'm sorry, Judgment's gonna have to wait till Wednesday because Xavier Thorne.
Oh no, I'm not having him bring him. I'm not. I just sent him a message. I was like, tune in to Sportswire real quick.
I would just say this, Xavier Thorne. I would say if I'm Xavier Thorne, whatever you do, you better win this bet. Because if you don't win this bet, I mean, you are going to be lunch meat. You are going to be somebody's lunch meat. You are going to be roadkill. You may call you the psychopath, but you are going to be certainly somebody that's going to basically be on a one-way ticket to having a death certificate right under your name. There's no question that if this happens, I mean, I would not want to have Mac 10 after the state of mind he's in after his match with Kato. After what happened.
Yeah, after he lost.
But he's coming back for revenge. And by the way, I know Mac's going to be here because Friday I got Judge Joe Dredd and Brian White. That would be certainly.
Oh, okay. Hey, Judgment. I got your message. Hey, Judgment. I want you to type in the chat just a quick answer. Are you sure you want to hop on the mic on Sportswire on Wednesday with me?
I would say no. I would say
Do you really want to
I would
tread those waters?
evaluate this. I will have to actually step in and actually kind of throw in the towel for him. I know respectfully. I would say is still somebody that wants to at least give him a respectful floor that he would reevaluate. Think about this. We could talk about
how about this? Let me ask you in a different manner. Do you think you can hold yourself on the mic with me on Wednesday?
Still, sometimes you can't even hold yourself.
What's the Missy Elliott song? Lose control and lose control. I think. Listen. I would say this: reevaluate. Don't answer it tonight. And I would certainly say if you want to
answer though, come on, like at least give me that benefit.
I'll give you the benefit.
I got him to watch. I got him to tune in.
No, I did. No, you definitely give him the tune in. But my friendly advice. He says without question.
Oh.
Okay.
You
I would prefer it that we would have a chat, myself and him, and he liked to talk about different things.
No
and
need
let
to
him
evaluate.
Okay, if that's what he wants. I mean, okay.
Hey.
Okay. But I would certainly still say that I would prefer that he come on separately and talk about his side of the story about Summer Bash, because I just know, Anthony, how you're going to come across. It is different, with all due respect. And again, with all due respect to Mr. Judgment and some of the things he's done. And there's no knocking his career at this particular moment. But in terms of like Anthony, with you on a microphone, I would just say this is different than anything else. So, I mean, but again, I will give the floor, but I'm just saying that this is different.
Anthony.
It's my show. I mean, listen, I would just say that if you want to address DBW on a different time, I would rather you do that, because Anthony or the microphone is it's a different element. It's like
as
Michael
MJF said, you might drop bombs, but I drop nukes.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna step in and friendly say, let's see what tomorrow brings. How about that? I'm gonna do something that I shouldn't do or should do.
Your power.
I'm gonna say, let's talk about it tomorrow. Let's talk about it tomorrow. Let's see what happens. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I know, Anthony, how you are on the microphone.
You got the whole world.
I'm just saying.
The whole world.
We just had X on DBW. We had Van Hansen on last week. I'm happy to allow DBW to give their presentation. I'm happy to give Anthony.
He accepted. He fucked himself. I'm gonna make it a point for this motherfucker to show up on Wednesday.
I understand, but I just know you on the microphone, and I'm just gonna say basically, like we could talk about it tomorrow morning, obviously, but that's just all I'm gonna say about it, because I will have to. I will actually.
All I'm gonna say is this: it takes no problem for me to go over there.
Yes.
Into that cabinet, grab a championship off a shelf, put it around my shoulder, and call myself a champion.
Well, I mean, we could certainly talk about that. I mean, I obviously, certainly would say hello to my friend, Mr. Van Hansen. Mr. Van Hansen's in the chat. He was here on Monday's show last week. He is also the host of Metal Talk Mondays. He has an album coming out. He is the owner of Amplified Wrestling in the beautiful state of Pennsylvania. He has his own ring, by the way. He has his own.
Hey, I'll hit you up. You seem legit.
Yeah, he's got his own ring up. They bought a ring, and they're in Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful setup. We played the video for it. But I would just say, when it comes to Judgment and you on the microphone,
how far from Philly are y'all? Because I want to try a real cheesesteak. All
right. I think is it Fayetteville? Was it Fayetteville? I think we said, and we say hello to Mr. Big Tex. Yes, I see you're here. But I'm just gonna say, you on the microphone is totally different. It's like Kobe with the ball in the fourth quarter. It's like Michael with the ball in the fourth quarter. It's different.
It's like Aaron Rodgers down by 7 in the fourth quarter. I'm Hail Marying, homie.
Yeah, but
3 hours from Philly. I'll take that drive to just try a fucking cheesesteak.
but I wouldn't want to say Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs with the ball in the fourth quarter. Though.
Hey, don't hate on my team. All right.
No. I actually don't hate because obviously
even though he's not, at least even though he don't play for my team no more.
I just want to see
love
Aaron Rodgers play for the New York Jets as sort of somebody who roots for the New York teams. I just want to see him. Yeah.
Where? Hold on. Where's
Van Hansen's 3 hours from Philly, and
Big
Tech?
Tech?
He's on the other end of the state, so he's probably more
So
like.
they're both in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's more rural Pennsylvania, and then Van is more central PA, central, I think, right? Philly's closer to me. So Philly's like near Jackson, Cherry Hill. So if he's 3 hours from there, he's toward like the central PA. Yeah. And also you can't
All I'm gonna say is my lines are open. Tom could give y'all my socials.
I will connect Mr. Hansen with you. That I can do. I will do that.
North Carolina in the
North Carolina, anybody from North Carolina, that's where Comatose is. Comatose, I'll connect you with him also. He's another one of our recent. Yeah, I was partially right. He's in South Central Pennsylvania. So I was close. I kind of know Pennsylvania a little bit. I know being a New Yorker, it's kind of not too far away from us. So that's good. Is there anything you'd like to get off your chest here, Anthony, before we say sayonara for now?
I'll give Mac his little 5 minutes of fame real quick, and then I'll answer that question.
5 minutes of fame, man. You still owe me rent.
You rent for what? For what? Letting you grace my screen?
Your screen.
Calm down, homie. Calm down. Don't make me whip your ass again.
I'm glad that I'm not in the conversation, but yes, the floor is yours.
But no, Cato, you got lucky, buddy. You got the glass got stuck in my eye. You got lucky. But no, Anthony's got the floor on Wednesday and everything else.
You're always here. You'll be here. Yeah. I'll give you the link.
I might pop by and Cato, if you've got the guts, show up.
Oh, he can show up once. I would give him the link. I'll give him the link. I'll definitely give Cato the link. And okay, Big Tex is not far from Van Hansen. I think I got the point. I think Anthony and Chris Craven had their battle. I think Omen popped on for an appearance. You said a few things, obviously, Mac, and we've seen Anthony has previewed what's ahead on Wednesday's show. And tomorrow I'll be here 11 o'clock with Blizzard from ALW in Marion, Ohio. We're going to help them and obviously raise a few dollars to help them get a new belt. And Anthony always has the world in his hands because Anthony is going to obviously be, and I'm being very gentlemanly. Like I think you can certainly say at times I'm not gentlemanly like, but I think I'm very gentlemanly because I know what could be ahead Wednesday. That's why I'm saying it. Yes, I remember Comatose. Trust me, I remember you, Comatose. Yes, we're going to bring you on next month. We had a conversation twice on Instagram. I'm going to follow up with you in a little while, but I think I got the point.
You've talked to me? Hold on. When the fuck did you talk to me?
Ethan Heath. His name's Ethan Heath on Instagram. Check your. I've spoke with him. Not my live, but he spoke with you. Yeah. I'm a beast at times, but I have a heart. That's why I'm trying to tell people here is I have a heart, and I know what Anthony Steele be with the microphone. That's why I'm trying to save people from what's ahead. So you'll thank me in the long run. It'll hurt.
No, you don't need to save people because if you think about it, Steele's just a big old teddy bear.
No, I think he has. I don't know. Well, you know what? Ronnie Brady certainly got a victory over him. I wouldn't want to certainly bring that up. I'm not bringing
That's
up.
That's cheap. He got a cheap victory over me.
Well, you know what? We'll certainly find out. But
don't even get me started on Brady because of the simple fact of our past that we've got.
I'm aware. But
I'm just going to say this. I hate Steele with a passion.
I hate you too.
But I would love to see Steele just beat the ever-loving dog shit out of him.
Hey, listen. Here's a little inside scoop. So I've got a hold of the board of directors. They said I got to talk to Steven, and we're going to work out a way.
By the way, he did such a terrible job refereeing again. He let so many people interfere, and there was nothing. I mean, how does he still have the referee shirt on at this point?
Look,
And Judgment would like to say that protect this mortal sack. He has no idea what he's in for. So I mean,
Hey, listen, the only sack that I got is the one that's going to be dragged across your face on Wednesday. So let me just say that. Let me just say, dude. If you think what has already happened to you and your company on this platform is bad, I'm going to show you where you of all people who have this luxurious career that you've done don't mean a damn motherfucking thing. Because, dude, I could do this better in my sleep than you could do any time in your lifetime. This is why I'm for real here to prove one thing, and that's all wrestling matters when it comes to real wrestlers. So, while you out there playing make believe, you have less than 48 hours. Less than 48 hours.
well, I mean, I'm gonna say we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And you are nothing in abundance. So I mean, I'm just gonna say that.
Hey, look. People didn't know who the fuck you were till you hopped on this platform. People know who I was before I even stepped foot here.
Well,
But
we'll see.
back to what I was saying.
Yes,
I'm gonna find. I've already talked to board of directors. I gotta talk to Mr. Steven, and I will get another chance at Ronnie Brady. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm gonna get another shot at Ronnie. And when I do, it's gonna be a hell of a night. And then I gotta look towards what's about to happen in what, 2 weeks? About a week and a half ish.
Yeah, but
The Rumble. The Rumble, the match that's gonna solidify my spot at Retribution.
Revenge Rumble, where I'm sure you're going to be seeing some old friends in TBW. Apparently, some old friends out there in Tennessee Backyard Wrestling.
Hey, look,
Some other
been a
people
while,
that
boys.
you had a lot of things to say about in the past that you're going to be running into. I mean, you
It's
and
been a
old Gage,
while,
I
boys.
guess. Boy, you and old Gage in the locker room again. You and Cooper, boy,
Hey guys, come one, come all.
I guess it'll
All
be
is welcome in the
it's
Revenge
interesting
Rumble.
next
That's
several
why it's
days.
called Revenge. That's the exact reason why it's called Revenge, because now I get my revenge on TBW finally.
Boy, we're going to be seeing a lot of W's coming up here. Literally Wednesday W's, and
To be fair, Desmond training. He's well known and
yeah, he actually I see. My issue's never been wrestling ability. I think that we've talked about certain things.
Hey,
what it was.
I'm here to prove that he ain't got shit on the mic. I'm here to prove that he ain't got shit on the mic.
See, yeah, my thing is the microphone. That's where I would say
I've said it multiple times. If you can't,
That's
if
a
you
really
can't
big
talk, you
comment.
can't promote.
I can hide behind it.
And that being said, I do mean the indies and not underground back.
Yeah, no.
Dude, okay, here we go. Van. You don't know me. I don't know you. But I'm on the indies, homie. I don't just do underground and backyard. I'm on the indies in the Memphis scene. I do this. I'm trained. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm here to make people understand you ain't like me. No one's like me.
Well, I think that's what we're saying on the microphone. I think that's what I'm trying to say on the microphone.
Listen, my mic skills is way above his pay grade.
Well, I was pretty much saying that. I think pretty much that's why I would say
so.
But we'll have to find out, I suppose. Wednesday on to Wednesday, and I guess that'll be a reason to tune in. 10:30 Eastern time, I believe. Is that the time you would hoped?
10:30 Eastern time, 9:30 Central time.
And I'm sure we'll see Mac. I'm sure we'll see some usual suspects.
Fuck no, you ain't seen Max 10 either. Max 10 ain't coming on my segment either.
Will James Taylor be here? No.
Nope.
No, he can't be here.
Nope.
Why not?
As I said.
He also said
still, I'll be there. Trust me.
Shade. No
shade. No, y'all good, man. Y'all good,
Dan's
man.
A good dude. Dan's a good dude.
Hey, there's some people on here that are new to this that haven't met me. So for all the new people, let me properly introduce myself. My name is the real deal, Anthony Steele. I spit facts while y'all spit opinions. And the fact of the matter is, come Wednesday night, the real deals of who and what proclaim to be wrestlers are actually made of.
And that's his Instagram. And we'll certainly see it then. Yep.
So, but also, if y'all want to support your boy, go to
I,
tpublics.com
I
slash
can
steel
I
dash
can put that right back on the screen, by the way, for you before we move on.
Go support your boy. Go support some movements that I'm supporting.
He's
Go
supporting
support
LGBT rights.
LGBTQ,
Supporting, by the way, he's supporting, those
breast cancer
recipients.
awareness. About to drop men's mental health awareness merch.
You support all, Anthony, for all the things we say about you. You support all the movements. You're very progressive, Anthony. You're very progressive you are. You're supporting, obviously LGBTQ rights. You're supporting, cancer awareness, and you're doing a lot of things, mental health. I mean, you are, maybe you do have a heart after all. That's why I say, we'll certainly see on Wednesday. Maybe you'll have a heart after all on Wednesday. And hello to my buddy,
Hey,
Mr. Ace
I,
Reed, the Wired Up
I have
podcast.
a heart. Just sometimes I rip my
And
own
by the way,
heart
I
out.
actually have one request, if you don't mind, before we sign on off. I have one request, Anthony. I would like to have Ace Reed come on for a few minutes on Wednesday. Very important. You talked about mental health, and that's obviously very important. But also, Ace has a major announcement, and he's all the way in Australia. So I'd like to at least give him the opportunity to say a few things. Nothing toward you. He's also the host of the Wired Up podcast. He is all the way in Australia. He has a major announcement, and I promised him I would give him a few minutes. So if you don't mind, Anthony, I know you obviously
That's
want to
fine.
give.
As long as you give me your info, bro, so we can get in talks to where I can
I'll give him your info. No,
take a plane out to Australia, man.
he's a very good. He's a bright young man. He's actually a part of something that we're going to be doing more collaborations with the Backyard Wrestling Nexus. Actually, we're going to be doing more collaborations with that on Sportswire. Ace is a big part of that. He's a good kid. And I had a good conversation with him, and I won't say about what it was,
Down
but
under. Down under.
it was down under. It was definitely down under, and he's definitely way above on over and under because he is going to be here with a big announcement. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll be here Wednesday night with Anthony Steele with, I'm sure, lots of bombs. And are you able to share images? Yes, I can share images. When you have the announcement, I will be able to share images. We have to share the screen now. So yes, if you send me the images before I put the link up for you to come on the chat, I will be able to share whatever you want. Yes. So yes, that'll be your answer is yes, I can share images. But until then, we'll be here tonight or tomorrow, depending where you are, at 11 o'clock with Blizzard of ALW. He's going to talk about a situation there, what's going on, some upcoming events. And yes,
Can I do the outro?
go for it.
All right, thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to Sportswire Radio. This has been the Reverend Tom Bryce, the voice of Sportswire Radio. It has been the Deathmatch Werewolf, Mac 10, and your boy, the real deal, Anthony fucking Steele. So good morning, good evening, good night to whoever you are on Sportswire Radio. Thank y'all, love y'all, see y'all Wednesday.